Hello, my friends. This is Andy coming to you from Yorba Linda, California. And it's been a busy couple weeks. As you know, we've had so many things happening over the last, actually, it's been maybe a month since I've been able to actually sit down and put a PYLUSD video together. I've been not only traveling, but I've been busy focused on the Secret Service just debacle that occurred during the attempted assassination of President Trump, and have created like 3 videos that only by the next day do they become outdated because new information is coming out all the time. Sorry, I'm going to move my mic up closer. And the reason I wanted to come on and do a PYLUSD video now is because there's a couple things that have come to mind. One of them is that looking at the incompetency of the Secret Service and what brought it to this place it is now, because it didn't used to be. I've worked with plenty of Secret Service teams over the years as a police officer due to Anaheim Stadium and the Convention Center, presidents visiting and other dignitaries, and have worked with them very closely, escorting presidents out of the stadium and other locations. And the amount of communication has always been fantastic between the federal agencies and us in local law enforcement. And without going into too much detail about what failed as far as the Secret Service is concerned, because I'm going to create another video because even more information has come out, it seems to be this problem with liberals and Democrats that really are attracted to incompetency and stupidity, and it is almost an epidemic to where they simply just want to hire either their friends or water down a position so that people that would not normally be able to be in certain positions can now be in that position. What do you call that? DEI or whatever you want to call it. You can see the outcome when something serious happens, like an assassin comes into a location, and then the incompetency that has been there for many, many years finally shows itself. And now we realize we're in a very dangerous place. Now, coming to PYLUSD and in the state of California and education and the California Teachers Association and the rest of the cabal of teachers unions, it is the very same thing. And over the years, it has not been about educating children. It's about bringing in people that have an ideology or agree with an ideology that isn't based on educating children. It's based on a number of other aspects of the world, like the LGBTQ, the DEI, the idea that CRT is a valid way of teaching children, that white children in particular are to be looked at as a threat, that the police need to be reduced to to almost zero in many communities. They would love for there not to be law enforcement, that they reduce certain kinds of crimes so they're no longer a crime. And I can just go on. And this is what's happening in the school districts across the state, is that they're following the lead of the California Teachers Association and the rest of the smaller associations that are simply just, again, it's just a cabal of organizations that have completely watered down the professionals that make up a school district, whether it's the superintendents, the teachers, the other supporting roles, the other staff. And although you have many great people that work still within an educational district, it is watered down with a lot of people that just simply don't care about the final outcome, which should be the competent education of children. And that's what we have had here in PYLUSD for years, until finally we have a change of the school board where the trustees, the majority of the trustees are for parents, for children, and for education. And we have a problem with a small number of people that make up the the teachers unions, we call them hacks. We call them a number of things. Some of them we call useful idiots because there's people that support it but don't even realize why they support it. They just listen to what's being said in places like Yorba Linda Moms and PYL Buzz, and they just yell and scream. And there's nothing that Dr. Alex Chernus can do, or his executive staff, or the trustees can do that will make them happy. There's nothing that they do that makes them happy ever. And what they try to do is make tons of claims about how tens, if not 20 or 25 administrators have been fired, which is absolutely not true. Only one has not had his contract renewed, and he was walked out of the district on the last day of school. They say hundreds of teachers have been fired, and again, that's not true. As a matter of fact, I don't know of any teachers that have been fired. And I could go on. They talk about the waste of money, or the illegal uses of money, to Leander Blades as a murderer, to a whole. I mean, they just go on and on. Every day they wake up and try to come up with some way of putting down the progress that is occurring in PYLUSD. Now, me, as what would be essentially a parent reporter of what's going on PYLUSD, and on the side of wanting to make sure that our kids are educated, making sure that parents are involved, and making sure that we see progress, and not we don't want things just as they were going on over the last several 20 years. We don't want the same thing, because it obviously hasn't worked, because the standards have been decreasing year after year after year. And that goes in not just for us here, but the entire state of California. We're 40th out of 50 states in education as to how many kids are actually meeting the minimum standards of math and reading and spelling and everything else. And so that should tell you everything you need to know. If the teachers unions, whatever they are, California Teachers Union, APLE, NEA, whoever it is, if they say that this is what they want to do, we should absolutely do the opposite. If they disagree with what's happening at PYLUSD, every parent should be happy that whatever is happening, the CTA hates it. And in their mind, because we have to look at it this way, because they're going out, people like Sam Oyevich, Karen Elkazik, Linda Mannion, and others. We even have some of the useful idiots like Bonnie Conti and Esther Kim, and what other names do I have here? We got Patricia Hanzo, Angela Eiler, I already said Linda Mannion, Daniel Votley, and the Furries. Everything is in chaos in their minds. The district is falling apart according to them, and to them that is true because they don't like success. Success to them is chaos. Success to them is something is horribly going wrong in the district, because they cannot have success. If they have success, and you're thinking, well, why would they want that? Wouldn't the teachers union want success? You would think so. Because we have increased enrollment, you would think, well, that's fantastic. We can hire more teachers. No, they hate that there's more enrollment. Every other school district is firing teachers and administrators all around us, every district. PYLUSD is the only district that I know of in California that is increasing in enrollment, and there's going to be a need to hire more teachers, and there's not a need to hire or to fire any teachers or administrators. You would think that a teachers union would be just ecstatic, like, wow, this is fantastic. Enrollment is increasing, right? We're not losing anybody. We didn't have to fire any teachers. Only one administrator has had to be let go, but that's because he is an idiot, and we had to let him go. Because I'm saying that because obviously he did something wrong, or else he wouldn't have had to been walked out by the district leadership at the last day of school. But yes, but I know it seems strange, but to them, the world is falling apart in PYLUSD, when in fact, for parents and teachers, what's happening in PYLUSD is fantastic. Everything is fantastic. It's just unbelievable. And then they attacked me. Apparently, they've been doing a lot of talking about me in Yorba Linda Moms. And this was up not too long ago. I think it must have been a couple weeks ago. But I have so many screenshots I've not been able to keep up. It says, I'm asking, is this guy who harasses the women in Yorba Linda on the PYLUSD? he says the most horrible things about women in our community, and all under the guise of being a Christian man. And now he gets a private tour of our schools. Is Falco on the payroll at PYLUSD, or is he just their BFF and gets special privileges? We all want to know. I think this is hysterical because let's see. You got, oh, I'm so sorry. Then you have Esther Kim. Let me just bring this up really quick. Then you have Esther Kim, who's emailing Dr. Chernus. And everybody says there's lack of communication, there's no transparency. But Esther Kim admits here that she emailed him and reached out to Dr. Chernus in an email as recommended so that I could ask him directly about some of the conflict of interest issues, which there are none. But she wants to put it in there like there is something. Anyways, this is the email I sent to him, which includes his response. His response! You know what I find this so hilarious is that, sorry, coming back to my camera, is that they say all these things in Yorba Linda Moms. They say these things in PYL Buzz and in a couple other areas where they are horrible at communication. They don't return emails, and yet here she is. She writes an email, and he immediately responds. So that's number one. She puts in the post that there's what is it? What are the words that she used again? I'm so sorry. She used that along with a screenshot. Oh my gosh, so sorry. Some of the conflict of interest issues between him and the USI. Again, she says that, but there isn't any. There is no conflict of interest because she wants to claim that his son is involved in the training, which he's not. That somehow maybe Dr. Chern, she thinks that Dr. is getting some type of kickback, which he's not. That the training lab is not up to date with their requirements with the IRS, which they are. And when any of those things are proven wrong, then she says he's lying, is what she went into talking about in another post. So, and then about me harassing women, I've asked several times for somebody to show me where I've harassed anybody. I've asked where they also like to say that I said something bad about children. I told people, and I've made this request several times, send me the videos where I'm saying something horrible about children. Maybe even send me videos, links or screenshots to where I'm saying something horrible about a mom. When I'm talking about the people that are supporting the teachers' unions, the teachers' unions are horrible, nasty people. They do believe that the state should have more control over our children than us, that they should have the ability, the state should have the ability to take our children from us so they can be castrated or have their breasts taken off if they're girls, that they should be able to give them puberty blockers without our knowledge. This is what the hacks for the teachers union wants. Now, are there some moms possibly that think that that's okay, that they are okay with the state taking their children? And if it's a boy who thinks he's a girl, that it's okay that the state decides whether they take his testicles off or not? There may be. And so if that's who they're talking about, then I will acknowledge that I do not understand mothers who are okay with the state taking control of their children and lopping off their testicles and their breasts and giving them puberty blockers. It doesn't make any sense to me. That they're okay with boys being in the girls' restrooms with their daughters that are 13 years old or even younger. That they are okay with men competing with their girls in sports, as we're seeing in the Olympics happening right now. When you see the result of that, where the man hit the girl so hard in the face that she quit. She goes, "I've never been hit so hard in the face." That's because the boy who hit her is not a girl. That's why. And so if that's the case, then maybe that to them that's harassing a mom, because I don't know of any moms that really prefer the state take control over their children and decide any medical treatment for them. It's better for the state to decide how to do that than it is for that parent. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's a mom. Maybe that's and usually it's Esther Kim or Bonnie Conti who believes these things, and a couple others. But that I have yet to receive any video screenshots or screen recordings of me harassing Yorba Linda moms that live in Yorba Linda or Placentia or Brea, Again, harassing the teachers' unions, absolutely. I cannot stand the teachers' union. We need to get rid of them. The demise of our schools in California points directly at the California Teachers Association, points directly at unions like the Association of Placentia Linda Educators. They are the problem, not Leander Blades, not Todd Frazier, not Sean Youngblood, not Dr. Alex Chernis, not any of his executive staff, because they are doing an amazing job at fixing many of the problems that have been created by the past administrations over the last several decades that have caused the grades to become so low that we are in the 40 percentile of children who actually meet the minimum standards in the Placentia Yorba Linda Unified School District, which is maybe higher than LA. But that's not saying much. Maybe higher than Baltimore. That again is not saying much. We should have the number one school in the nation, and we simply do not. If you want to talk about being harassed, we got this person who is anonymous who says, when your mediocre kid with bad grades and no college believes in Jesus, I'm sure that will put food on their table. Or maybe this polar bear who says, Andy Jimenez, who would like to sleep with his daughter. Okay. Or you got Misty Jansen who says, people are so fragile that you can't read a pronoun. What the ever-loving F are we doing to our children? Or she says, they don't care. They are burning it down, talking about the school district and the majority members of the school board, because that is all they know how to do. They will burn it to the ground and then take their rich, privileged kids to their classical academy to learn how to reach privileged adults. In contrast, what I want to show you is a Yorba Linda mom who I don't even know her, but I blocked her name because, again, some people are getting offended that I'm putting people's names up here for their words, but I don't think this mom would mind because she's responding to Esther Kim, who's sending these nasty emails to Dr. Alex Chernis and the trustees saying that they are horrible people and a whole bunch of other things. And then she's kicking people out of Yorba Linda Moms. But this mom says, you guys have kicked most people who disagree with you off this group. I know several of them. So it is becoming, becoming an agree with me or off you go. I am sorry, but both sides should be able to share their thoughts. I, for one, am thankful for a conservative board. I am not sure why everything turns negative about every move these people make. I am happy that this money that has been available prior to this board and the prior board did not spend it. Hey, I am beyond impressed with what they are doing at the charter school. I have spoken personally to many students, parents who say that school was going in the wrong direction with many fights daily. I think this is going to be a huge improvement for our children. I also think it is fantastic that they are building a sports school where they are currently losing money. I give them a huge shout out for trying. It may work or it may fail, but I'm sure happy they are putting money into our district. It makes it better. You're going to see a screen come up here of who actually we're going to be voting for in the upcoming election. So make sure and vote for these people. Ryan Miller, Maria Lupita Stubbs, and Leander Blades. Ryan's for Area 1, Maria's for Area 2, and Leandra's for Area 3. And I just want to come back to my camera really quick and just tell you that I know these people have missed me because they're talking a lot about me since I haven't even been on and I've not had a chance to make a video. But Yorba Linda Moms has I don't know, I think I have 30 screenshots where my name is mentioned in there. I have never logged into Yorba Linda Moms. I've received, I don't know how many times, it's not for you. I mean, it's not for them. I know that they know that I've never logged into Yorba Linda Moms, but yet they keep telling people that I've logged in there. I've received screenshots. And I bet you many of the screenshots that I've received are some of the people that are the best friends of Bonnie Conte and Esther Kim. They just don't know it. I don't even know the people who have shared all the screenshots with me. They're in Yorba Linda Moms or Placentia Buzz or PYL Buzz, that they just feel that what is being done in these areas needs to be shown to everybody because they are trying to create something that is non-existent in PYLUSD. There's nothing but good happening in PYLUSD, and they simply want people to know it because there are a few people. I had somebody report me to my pastor over at Calvary Chapel, East Anaheim, and they wanted him to kick me out of the church. Because I don't even know why. I didn't even hear why. This is I won't say, but somebody told me, because he just, I don't know, he just shared the information and just laughed and said, I'm not kicking Andy out. I wish I could share you everything that was said, but yeah, that's how far they stoop. They've my other Pastor Jack Hibbs, who we're friends with, they've even called and reported him to the IRS and a whole bunch of other nonsense because of his prayers for all of us who are fighting for kids and parents and families here in PYLUSD. So again, vote for Ryan Miller, Maria Lupita Stubbs, and Leandra Blades in the upcoming election if you want to see more growth and amazing things happening as they are at PYLUSD. Again, the only people that believe that hundreds of people are being fired, including principals and teachers, and there's a purge happening at PYLUSD, is the teachers' unions. They hate success. They hate what's happening, which is all good. And you're going to see the results of everything that's happening in the upcoming school year. You're going to be amazed at how many positive things are happening. All right, my friends, that's it. Got to go. Talk to you later. Take care. Bye.